everybody, it's me, Rachel. In today's video, I just wanted to play with some makeup, and I was looking at this palette the other day and remembered that I had not used it, and so I decided that we will do a purple look. And I did pull my other Juvia's Place palettes with it because some of them have purples in it. And this one has an earring stuck to it. Cool. So there's that one. This is the Zulu palette, and then I have the Warrior 3, which has a good purple in it too. So maybe we'll play around with that. I started off by doing a little bit of color correcting because I kind of want to make it a little bit more of a blank canvas if we're going to use purple. So I have the NYX Dark Circle corrector, and mine is in the shade Fair. And I believe and I feel like this works amazingly, and I feel like everyone's talking about color correctors, but nobody is talking about this one, and I think it works really good. So I just have the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush. Love it. And I'm just kind of lightly taking this around the whole eye area so that we can have more of a blank canvas. I don't have any other face products on. And then I'm going to set this a little bit with a little bit of powder, very, very minimal, like just a dusting, so we don't get a lot of creasing. Let's get a dusting brush. Not that that's a thing, but we can make it a thing. And I will take my e.l.f. finishing powder and just feather that onto that area, because I do want to put other cream products on, and I don't need like bunching, if you know what I mean. So okay, so I want to play with the violets from Juvia's Place and play with that, but I'm going to just go in with the NYX, I'll take this brush, NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk, and put that on the lid but sheer it out quite a bit so that I can just have that nice, I got Twitter notifications. I really need to silence my phone when I'm filming. Quite annoying, I will say. Twitter, Instagram, emails. So I'm going to take it and bring it pretty close to the lash line, and then just kind of dot it, and then I will blend it with a brush out. Just using a crown brush. I'm not sure what kind it is, but it is a crown brush. So I'm going to keep this pencil handy because I might need it for brow cleanup, stuff like that. And now I'm going to go in with the Violets palette, and I kind of feel like I just really want to just dust the lightest shade all over the lid and then see what happens from there. Alright, so I'm going to take this shade right here, the matte light tone, and I'm going to try to dust that all over the lid and see the intensity that we get, and see what kind of, because it is a matte, completely matte shade, and I just kind of want to see what we can get. No, just if you do this and you use the Milk pencil, the Milk pencil is going to be very grippy. So it's not the shadow performing bad, it's actually the cream shadow that's doing its job. So I'm basically just patting this through. Let's go ahead and zoom in so we can see a little bit better. You can kind of see it's coming together a little bit at a time. So I am patting this on because you can move the shadow, the cream shadow, if you spread this around too much. So when I put mine on, this is like an angled brush. So this brush is like a flat angled brush. And so I'm going to take the tip of this and blend the corners so that we can do some stuff there. So this palette right here is in the Project Pan that I'm doing, but I found that it's actually working quite well, and it's a good transition or like friendly palette. So I've been liking this, so I will always I have this handy for if I need it. This is the NYX Ultimate Warm Neutral Ultimate Shadow Palette. I'm not really sure what they really want to call it. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye, and then we can move on from there. Okay, so this look doesn't get too intense. I'm only going to do outer corner work. I'm not going to do anything in the crease because I don't want it to get out of hand too quickly, and we don't need to get crazy with it. So I'm not sure if I want to use the purple in this palette, so I'm going to look at the other ones. JUVIA'S Place has some great colors. That one's kind of like more of a barrier tone. So I'm going to take this shade right here from the Zulu palette, and this palette is real pretty. So I'm going to take this on the tip of a fluffy brush, and then just tilt my head back as far as I can and just pat this here. Finicky. It's finicky. You can see that it's just right here on the outer corner. And I'm going to take my brush just to make sure there's no extra product and just it on my washcloth and just blend this out. And then if I want to add more color, more of this color, I can. So I'm just going to go ahead and like blend it out a bit. Just continue to blend it, and then once I like the blend, or if I need to add more color, I can. But you can see what we're kind of getting with there. And I'm going to go ahead and add just a little bit more. Just a bit more. Make sure it continues to stay on this outer corner. Okay, I'm going to do the other eye real quick. Okay. So you can see how that is like kind of blended, and I'm actually super liking it. I think what I want to do. So I think I have a little bit of a plan, and it might go a little bit haywire. It could, very much could. But I'm going to take this shade right here, this center shimmery shade, and take this and kind of overlap here, but kind of bring it over just a bit. See what we can get from this, or the camera. So I kind of just overlapped it here and brought it over. I think it's looking pretty good. Fun shadow looks. So this entire look, I've basically been just using patting motions. I don't need to do anything else because it's a bit, I don't want a lot of fallout. So you can kind of see that I have a little bit of something there. Now I'm going to take my brush that I used the darkest shade with, make sure there's no product, and kind of fix up here. Now I'm going to take the lightest shimmer in this palette right here, right there, and I'm going to put that on the inner corner, and then we can do some stuff on the lower lash line, and we should be pretty good, I would say. We have the shimmer on the inner corner. Now I'm going to go in with the matte lavender shade again and kind of build that up. And I've never done anything like this before. Matte in the center. Well, I guess I probably have. You do. Or at least I can't. I'm going to take a kind of flat like detail brush and take some of the Milk cream shadow and put it on this, and then run that on my lower lash line and see. Okay, I'm going to take another small detail brush and take this shimmer right here and kind of pat that along that. I'm going to take the other side of this dual-ended brush. This is the small side that I was using. I'm going to take the bigger side and like go and blend it just a bit, because I'm going to go in with concealer, but I just kind of want to blend this just a bit. So, and we're going to do mascara and like liner and stuff. So don't be too afraid of what it looks like right now, but I think it's not looking too shabby. So there is the eyeshadow done. Now let's do some mascara, some liner and concealer to kind of, I'm going to take the NYX Epic ink liner and do the thinnest line possible that I can probably create without not creating it. We'll see what we get. One thing I didn't know is that this liner is waterproof, and it's 8 o'clock at night and I have to take this off before I go to bed. So we'll see what happens. I'm just playing. Definitely will do this again. It turned out quite amazingly. So I'm going to go in, even though I already have mascara on, I'm going to go in and clean up the brow area with my NYX palette. And I'm going to take the lightest shade right here, which is getting some use, most definitely. Just taking this here. Not wanting to put shimmer, just kind of bring some life back to my brow, I guess. If you don't have a shadow like this, you could even just buy a single of something like this and just keep it with you. Or you can always just use your face powder. Always, always. Okay, so I'm going to do my foundation. This is the one in my project pan as well. This is the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation. I don't recommend it because it's not something I will repurchase because of the cruelty-free factor, you know. You know the drill. Just going ahead and slathering this on like a slather. Going to take my cargo brush and so now I'm going to get me some concealer. I'm going to use the Pretty Vulgar concealer that I have and just kind of, just a little bit. This is a little bit of a yellower concealer, so it's not going to be super brightening, and I can do that in just a second. I just have the e.l.f. the camel one, and I just got it in a lighter, really light shade. Okay, now I'm going to take just a little bit of the e.l.f. concealer and put it in a little bit of places for a bit of highlighting. This is in the shade Fair Beige, which it's like super, like, I don't even know. It's so light. You can see the dots on my face. It's like white. So no, it is not Fair Beige. So you can see how much, like you can see it so much more on camera. The concealer is pretty inexpensive. So if you do want something extremely light, like it looks like I put white. Looks like I just put the jumbo pencil on me. So it's a bit much. So I might just have to mix it. If I was doing like cream contouring, this would be really a good like choice, but like it's not that what I'm doing right now. If I was doing drag makeup, it would be good. Just going to have to put a little bit more of my face powder on in those areas because it's a bit much right now. Goodness, that's crazy. Fun! Oh, that toned it down a bit. This is the Too Faced Chocolate Soul Leaf Powder Foundation, and you can see the progress that I am making on it, and I'm pretty stoked about it. Alright, so I'm gonna trying to finish up my face so I can get to the funner parts. So I'm gonna take some butter bronzer. Once again, something in my project pan. It's just, that's what I'm trying to do, and it just doesn't seem like it wants to go away. It looks brand new. To me, it looks like it's got some use, but when I show you on the camera, it looks brand new. So I'm just taking this in a very messily, not perfect way. Just want to look good for a little bit, you know, just a little bit. So we're done with all that boringness. Okay, I'm gonna go in a little bit more with the shimmer that we used because we concealed and we might have lost a bit of the luster. So just taking this, and then I'm gonna take my brush, dust it off my rag, and then blend it. Take a little bit more. And alright, I'm like super stoked with how this kind of turned out. It looks like amazing, like super great, I will say. So the blush that I'm going to take is I'm going to take a light tone, and I pulled these CoverGirl Cheekers blushes the other day from my stash, and this one is in the shade Classic Pink. We all just need a classic pink blush, don't we? And this one is pretty expensive. I haven't tried a Cheekers blush in a long time, but they've just been there for so long. I mean, they're just like OG. Look how, but it looks so bright. It's not that bright. It looks very hot pink. I always feel like it looks more intense on camera than in real life, and then in editing, no, it don't look that bad. Maybe just in the viewfinder or the picture. Alright. Okay. And for the pièce de résistance, I'm going to take the zipper color in the Rach Loves palette. If you have like Anastasia palette, you could use that. I only have this one that only has blue in it. But you could also use this and tone it down a bit. So I'll swatch it for you what it might look like for you if you blended it out. So there's that. And then if you blend it, you would get this beautiful but barely there kind of situation. So, but I'm gonna use the zipper palette, so I'm just giving you alternatives for my highlight. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I just can't anymore. It's just beautiful. Just look at it. Look at it go and glow. Look at it glow. Look at it glow. Okay, I think I want to do one thing. Since I'm just going to wash this off, I'm going to just kind of play around for a second. And I'm going to take this same shade, since it is basically the same, and I'm going to kind of place it here. On the eyelid. And yep, it looks pretty cool. There is my playing with purple eyeshadow look, and I think that it actually came out quite good. That's just my opinion. So if you guys did like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. That really makes the video helps other people see it, because then other people are like, hey, other people like this video, so maybe I should like it too. So go ahead and thumbs it up, and please subscribe if you haven't already. It's really fun. We have some fun times over here. I'm not super, I don't really know what I'm saying, but I'm just like super like in awe of my own self, because like I wish I was wearing this out of the house, but I shall show you the time. It is 8:39. 8:39. 8:39. It's backwards. I'm not gonna put anything on my lips just because I just can't be bothered. I'm just having fun with the Shato and the Cutla. So if there's any other colors you guys want me to try or do, or I can do more purples, I did a green, so I can put that and link that down below, put it in the cards, whatever. And I have a blue one that's pretty old, so I could probably redo a blue look. So I don't know, maybe I should do like kind of like a rainbow series or something. That would be fun. I think maybe I might. Anyways, without further ado, I'll let you guys go. Thanks for letting me chat, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye!